Yo, what's the crack, boys? Jalen Brunson is looking like the best Knicks free agency signings this whole century. Jalen Brunson has been playing all-star basketball for the Knicks right now. We'll get into how good he has actually been playing. But he's been, to be honest, meeting expectations he's been surpassing expectations because a lot of fucking idiots were saying this was an overpay. An overpay? Did you not watch him? Like, you've not been watching him. Like, just say you're a casual. Yeah, the Knicks really signed this man. Obviously, you saw what he did with Dallas in the playoffs. Being the second star / 1B star to Luka. They brought him in, for excitement. I think he was a Knicks fan, grew up in the area as well. This man just adds so much offensively. The playmaking, the shooting. Like, this guy is like a good complete package. Obviously, the clutchness cannot be there right now, but there's always something with everyone. And he's just started, to be honest, but definitely surpassing expectations. Jalen's averaging a whopping 21 and 7 and 48% from three. His 2-point percentages of 55% as well, so efficient. Obviously, he's playing at career best. Like, he's averaging stats that he's never done before. But the 21, don't get blind by that. 21 points is impressive, but it's what he's been recently doing in these games that we got to talk about. He's just playing so well right now. Obviously, the Knicks just lost to the Grizzlies. He did miss, the clutch shot, but it's kind of, he's the only one that's really doing it. He's the reason, they're actually in that spot. Obviously, there's a few other role players, but you watch, that fourth quarter where he had like 17 points or something. I could be wrong. Completely going ballistic, and obviously, the Knicks aren't exactly a very good team right now. On paper, yes, they should be a good team. RJ Barrett's struggling. Julius Randle's struggling per usual. I can't believe I forgot his name. Obviously, he's on a max contract. Bad contract, somewhat to Tobias Harris situation, but Tobias Harris is a lot better than Julius Randle. I'm not forgetting his name, but anyway, yeah. Knicks need to make some moves at the deadline because RJ Barrett, I think, I believe he did have that contract extension. I think you should just keep him, to be honest. RJ Barrett's a player worth keeping. But obviously, the Mitchell Robinsons, the Julius Randle, I think the only players you really keep are obviously Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose. I hate to say it, Derrick Rose got to go as well. I think those are really Quentin Grimes as well. Those are the players you keep. That sort of foundation. They're all young. Jalen Brunson's the oldest side of them, but he's still on the older side. Is he the oldest one? He should be. And obviously you just make your moves from other team. Jalen Brunson. All these guys, all these young guys. Are on long-term deals. You can easily make a huge some good moves, some deals that can Knicks aren't exactly winning a championship, with Giannis in the conference, with KD, do you know what I mean? But exciting, do you know what I mean? We saw when the Knicks made the playoffs, 2 years ago, nearly 2 years ago, the city of New York was buzzing. The Nets were good, the Knicks were it's just so much better when the Knicks are actually a top team in the East. It's just so entertaining for the basketball, but I think Knicks fans definitely do deserve, some, at least a second round series. I think you can definitely make some moves, to get there. Jalen Brunson as well. Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett. That's definitely a good combo and a good duo where you can definitely win some basketball games. And if not, win a couple playoff series, conference finals potentially, bearing on injuries and all that. But record-wise, Jalen Brunson has the third most 30-point games in a Knicks season since 2000, this whole century. And he's played 20 games. He's breaking that record by what? I actually don't know who the record is. But that record's getting broken this season if he stays healthy. Absolutely, he's a unit for that. Absolutely good. Can't believe people... I'm not exactly sure why people were doubting him. Obviously, yes, the Knicks, people like to take fun of the Knicks, but come on, they made the conference finals. How are you doubting this guy? His last 4 games has been on an absolute tear, which, made me decide to make this video because he needs some spotlight on how good he's been playing. 30 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. 32 points, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. 34 points and 9 assists. And 27, 3 and 3. Once again, that's just high-level basketball right there. And, that's not even his whole season stats. He is their main guy to go to, the perimeter play, the pick and rolls, his drives, his stop and pop. This guy is just, such a talented basketball player. They have to, be smart about this. They are locked in for a while. I don't really I do see him, playing out that contract unless the Knicks go another direction. Obviously, some drama happens, which, we can't exactly predict in this moment. But I definitely do believe the Knicks have a good opportunity to, make some, no championship noise. Unless, they trade, RJ, some place for a superstar, then yes. But they can definitely make some noise in this conference, and I hope they do, because, you know, it's just better when they're good. But Jalen Brunson, 100%. East All-Star, yes. You know, with their Halliburton, you know, all these players. I will make a video on, you know, my All-Stars probably a long time, you know, probably in February. You know, it's kind of irrelevant. Maybe some early All-Stars, but the Knicks have to get this guy a winning formula. He's too good. Like, he's like somewhat of an underrated player. You know, the casual fan will not know who he is. So the Knicks definitely need to get him some help, a lot of help. Like I said, you know, the players I mentioned earlier who you should not trade. No, a realistic target, who could you get? Shit, Zion, like, Zion would be a lot. Knicks have some picks, but it would be a tough one. You know, whatever stars really, like a Bradley Beal, he does have a no trade clause. You know, there's a lot of players they can, you know, definitely move around for, but you don't want to be a team. The Knicks have somewhat been shit or average. You know, you don't want to be stuck in that, you know, that zone. You know, you're good, but you're not, you know, lottery good where you get a good player. You know, the RJ Barrett thing, people are saying he is, like, he's not playing well this season. Well, let's just put it right there. I think he's just going a bit through a slump. I think he will play through it. He was amazing last season, you know, even though they didn't make the play-in, but he was still good. Has some very big games, but you give RJ Barrett the season, maybe the start of next season, next year's trade deadline, and then you make a move, because Jalen Brunson is just going to keep getting better and better. And especially their young guys as well, Cam Reddish, Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes. Like, those players are going to be getting good as well. You need some, you know, some good veterans, some good shooters, you know, like a Jay Crowder or whatever. You just need some good players like that. But we'll see how the Knicks and Jalen Brunson keeps going on this season. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave that a like. I'll see you later.